Okay, for our last series, what we're gonna do is a wall series. This is to activate the glutes and combine it all into a functional mobility warm-up routine. This is one of my favorite little series to do together. Now, I like to have some tubing to help give me a little bit of extra feedback, also known as resistance in work. But what it's really doing is it's driving so much information into your muscles that they have to respond rather than you trying to make it respond with your brain. So a piece of tubing that's anchored perpendicular to you, pretty light, it does not need to be super heavy. I've just taken a kettlebell and a thin piece of tubing. Whatever you've got works. If you don't have the ability to set this up, what you can do is actually use a paper plate or a towel, something that will slide on the wall, and then anywhere where I'm using tubing to pull forward, you're going to take that plate and push it into the wall, and that's going to make you work a little bit harder. So we're going to do clamshells and side leg lifts. For the clamshell, what you're going to do is anchor the tubing to the bottom of your foot. When you lie on your side, I want you to be flush to the wall. You're going to be all the way flat to the wall, both cheeks touching. The bottom leg, it doesn't matter if it's bent and stacked. It can be out in front of you a little for extra stability. The foot is going to anchor flat to the wall, and then you're going to keep that foot flat to the wall and lift the knee and lower it down. It will not lift super high. We're going to do about 10 of these. Yes, you might feel your hamstring kick in a little bit, and that's perfectly fine. What you're really trying to feel, what you're really trying to activate is this outer hip right in here. 3 more. 3, 2, 1. Okay? And then you just move the tubing to behind your ankle. I gotta get my ankle just right. It doesn't really matter. You're gonna extend that leg straight. Make sure you've got clear space on your foot. You're gonna keep that heel touching the wall. So that's the real trick, is to keep that heel touching the wall. This typically is one that's better to do with socks on, not your sneakers, because your sneakers will drag on the wall, which is a bummer. You're going to find that that tubing, remember I said light resistance, this is where you're really going to pay the price if you got ahead of yourself and picked a heavier resistance. More is not going to be better. In fact, more is going to make it almost impossible to accomplish this well. Again, we're not lifting super high. You don't need a lot of distance. 3 more. Last 2.